14 birdcage cribs, 7 on each side. They border both of the walls here. And that's where the ladies ply their trade to their men customers at $25 a night up here at these little cubicles known as the birdcage cribs. Underneath are the wings, and that's where they had gambling, all the way back to the 2 lower birdcage cribs. The Pharaoh table, blackjack table, dice table, and the massive grand piano in the orchestra pit are still on the casino floor today. You get up onto the backstage, you'll see photographs of actors and actresses that performed on our stage in the 1880s. Eddie Foy Sr., Lillian Russell, Enrico Caruso, Noel Forrest, and Richard Mansfield all performed on our stage. Wyatt Earp met his 3rd wife in this building, Josephine Sadie Marcus, and the famous handkerchief duel between Doc Holliday and John Ringo took place in this building. Both men were highly intoxicated, and when they went to go shooting at each other, they missed, just adding to the bullet holes that you see throughout the building today. The old black Mariah hearse, it's a Boot Hill hearse. It's trimmed in 24-karat gold and sterling silver, and is priced for the Ford Museum at over $2 million today. There were 8 of these made in Rochester, New York by the Cunningham brothers, and this is the only one that they know of still in existence today on our backstage. It was built in New York by the Cunningham brothers, and it ran from 1881 to 1916, burying people in both Boot Hill and the Tombstone Cemetery. You go down in the poker pit, and that's where they had the West's longest poker game. It lasted 8 years, 5 months, and 3 days. It was non-stop, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the minimum buy-in was $1,000 to get into the game back then. Very famous gamblers like that Masterson, Diamond Jim Brady, Adolphus Bush from Bush Brewery, and George Randolph Hearst, who meet 4 times a year to play that game. Out front, this is the original bar, back bar, even the cash register is original. The bar was made in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It was shipped all the way around the Horn of South America, dropped off in Limas, Mexico, where there was wagon trained in for the grand opening, December 26, 1881. The trains wouldn't ship it because of the French cut glass mirror. They couldn't insure it making it here on the trip. The dumbwaiter at the end of the bar, not the girl in the dress, the thing behind her, was used for hoisting up cigars, cigarettes, whiskey, wine, champagne, and beer to the ladies and their men customers in the birdcage cribs. There were 16 gunfights, 7 fatal, killing 26 people and leaving over 140 bullet holes throughout the walls, ceilings, and floors. Down here in the vertical close to the bar is a 45 caliber bullet hole. Up here in the ceiling, between the lamp and the fan, is a 32. Over here in the show bill frame and the housing of the frame is a ricochet of a 45. And then just on the right of the Fatima, above the Lyman Twin poster, that's a 44 caliber bullet hole. Fatima was a belly dancer who performed on our stage in 1881. In 1882, this portrait was sent out as a thank you for jump-starting her career. Now, the cowboys, soldiers, and miners would get liquored up and use her for target practice. There are 6 patch bullet holes in her canvas and 1 knife slash down there in her skirt. These are the last show bills from the last show that was performed here in 1889. It was called The Human Fly. It was a lady gymnast act. These gals would get up onto a trapeze, flip around in the air, and catch themselves upside down in the ceiling by their shoes. The staircase is how the cowboys, soldiers, and miners all got up into the birdcage cribs. Now, if you get a chance, lean over that case and look up those stairs. The top 3 steps have been worn down to the thickness of a quarter, indicating all the heavy traffic that was going up and down that staircase. The self-suspension bridge was called the catwalk, and that's how you got over to the other 7 cribs on this side. The petition above and below was put in 1934 to segregate the bar from the back of the building. Otherwise, 100 years ago, when you walked through the 4 doors here, you could look all the way up onto the stage. Now, this building survived both the fires of 1881 that took out 66 buildings, the fire of 1882 that took out 101 buildings, and the 45 years that this building was closed and sealed up from 1889 till 1934. In 1934, it was reopened as a museum and is now registered in the Library of Congress as being a historic landmark. It is truly like walking 140 years back into time. You get your admission here at the bar, and we'll start you through immediately if you'd like to go on in. $14 for adults, seniors 60 and over are 12, 8 to 18 is 12. We have a family rate of 2 adults and all the kids 8 to 18 for $40. You get your ignition here at the bar, and we'll start you through immediately if you'd like to go on in. Thank you very much for your time, and enjoy your stay here in Tombstone.